I want to welcome everyone, all of our guests, all of our business partners. I'm Dr. Rita McGuire, Chief Medical Officer, one of the co-founders here at Wakana. Tonight is going to be really exciting because you know what is going on in the Wakana nation. It's this thing right here and this thing right here, right? Our bitter challenge is really an exciting time to really help those that you love, those that you know, to really gain their health back. And we're still in this global pandemic, so we've got to build our immune system. We've got to detox. Some of us may need to get and shed a few pounds off. So we're excited to present this evening part of a topic that was well received on our last conference, which is metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome is something that's dear to Dr. Tyus Crawford's heart. She is a board certified family practitioner here in Chicago. And she's going to kick it off because when we learn about the metabolic syndrome and then we segue and transition into how important it is to detox, how important it is to have a healthy, active lifestyle, how important it is to understand that you can change the trajectory of your health with your diet. Yeah, I said it. You can change the trajectory of your health with your diet, with your lifestyle, right? There's medicine out there. I understand it. There's insulin, there's metformin, there's lisinopril, there's all these medications we use for hypertension, diabetes, etc. But just know that there's so much that you could do to change the trajectory of your health with your diet. So I want you to take it away, Dr. Crawford. I will.
Okay, you'll advance the slides. Yes. Okay. So hello everyone out there, and hopefully I will impart on you some information that is, if it's new, great. If it's not new, it'll be a reminder. So what is metabolic syndrome? Metabolic syndrome is a group of 5 risk factors. And the importance of that is that it can lead to heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and some other health problems. And want you to remember that the metabolic syndrome in itself is a constant state of chronic inflammation. And you see that word is bold because for the most part, a lot of our chronic diseases is based upon inflammation. And so that interrupts the body's ability to carry out its routine metabolic processes. So if you were in a room of 3 people, one of you all might have metabolic syndrome. And so over 34% of United States adults have metabolic syndrome. And unfortunately, it's increasing. And so if you're in that room, you want to know, are you at risk? So some people, no fault of their own, can be genetically prone to develop the metabolic syndromes. But most people can develop the metabolic syndrome as a result of their lifestyle, what's their environment, what they learn. So we need to kind of learn and unlearn some things that can be factors in metabolic syndrome. So what increases your risk is something that we can change. It might take some effort for you to do that, but being overweight, having obesity, we now call it unhealthy weight. And so that is the excess fat, visceral fat in and around our abdominal stomach area. And then there's a risk factor of insulin resistance. So resistance to what we already naturally have in our body, the insulin, but we don't have the ability to use it properly. And then once again, unfortunately, people of color have that risk, at higher risk. Black men are less likely than white men, but Black women have a higher rate than white women when it comes to a whole host of diseases. And as we age, there's an increased risk factor. And so to be diagnosed with the metabolic syndrome, there would be 3 out of the 5 risk factors. So those risk factors are having high blood glucose, and we call that sugar for commonly, and then high blood pressure, hypertension, and then high triglycerides. And triglycerides are more a component of the fat and cholesterol that's in the blood. And then we have what you call the HDL, which is we call the healthy part, the good cholesterol. And then another factor is our waist, and that's where that visceral fat comes. And if you look at an apple, then you see what I'm telling, looking at you kind of heavy at the bottom. And so if you want to take a screenshot of this, this is something that you can bring to your provider and research more and try to discuss and see, are you at that risk factor? So one of the easy things that you can do is get a tape measure and look at your abdominal size, the circumference. And it's different from men and women. So if you're a man, if you're more than 40 inches, that's a concern. If you're a woman, more than 35 inches. And all the other risk factors require, going to your provider and getting some blood tests done. So for instance, we say the hypertriglyceride. So the triglyceride, if it's 150 or more, that's a risk factor. And then we have the low HDL, because the good cholesterol is the component of the blood that basically fights and breaks down the cholesterol in our body. So we actually want a higher number for that. So in men, if it's less than 40 and women less than 50, that's significant. And so we're also looking at hypertension. So if your blood pressure is greater than or equal to 130/85, or if you're being treated for high blood pressure, then that's a risk factor. And then also, if you have a fasting blood sugar glucose of 110 or more, or if you're treated for diabetes, so that's those risk factors. And if you have 3 of those, then that's where you have the metabolic syndrome. And so why are we so concerned about metabolic syndrome is on the, I guess, your left side of the screen. We talked about the risk factors, but on the right side of the screen, we're looking at those diseases that come along sometimes with the metabolic syndrome. So neurologically, we've seen the dementia, the Alzheimer's that can be contributed to the metabolic syndrome down the road. Polycystic ovarian syndrome, that's in women who have a lot of cysts in their ovaries, and there's an imbalance in the estrogen, and so there's a risk factor there too as well. And certain cancers, and as I mentioned, cardiovascular, which means that heart and blood and hypertension are factors. And then type 2 or adult onset diabetes would you can get that too as well with the as a risk factor. And once again, stroke. And NASH is basically when your liver is fatty and it's not due to alcohol. Next slide. And so how can we treat metabolic syndrome? And yes, it can be reversed if we can alter and change those 5 risk factors that we talked about. And how can you do that? Eating better, eating healthier, moving around, doing more activity, exercise, and of course, losing the weight and working with your provider. Also just having, an accountability partner, join a challenge. That'll help out. And of course, you want to work with your provider regarding medications and other alternative ways, if you do have the diabetes and hypertension. And this slide on the other side was a picture of the DASH diet. And you can, Google that DASH diet, and it basically means dietary approaches to stop hypertension. And so it's one of the proven diets. You know, you have diets out there that, but this is evidence-based research that the DASH diet helps. And it consists of fruits and vegetables, grain, and some people actually do need to be a little bit cautious with grain, because grain for some people could cause inflammation. Once again, I mentioned that inflammation can excite other conditions. And you also, if you're a meat eater, look at lean meat or get plant-based proteins in your diet. And so one of the factors is like what we said, to lose weight. So one of the ways, if you want to have a goal, because anything you want to achieve, you have to have a goal, a point. And so if you're looking at losing weight, it's realistic to look at 7 to 10% of weight loss. So if you're 200 pounds, then you're looking to lose about 20 pounds. And so on average, when you're eating healthier, when you're exercising on a regular basis, it's been shown 1 to 2 pounds a week is the average weight loss once you get into the groove of things. And so if we're looking at that, we're looking at maybe 4 to 8, let's just say 5 pounds, a month. So if we're looking at 20 pounds, then that's at least 4 or 5 months of a realistic goal once you get, the routine of eating healthier and with the diet. And then I think, what's the next slide? Dr. Rita, I think, are you going to talk about the coffee?
Yes.
Yeah. And you can go to the next slide. And so, as I said, working with your team is a factor. And then let me just take the background of my screen off. Well, I'll do that thing. Oh, there you go. I always have to remember that. And I just want to show you, you can go to the dollar store and get you that tape measure. But for me, 35 inches. And so what you're looking at is you're looking at your belly button here. And I marked our 35 pounds. 35 inches, sorry.
I was about to say, don't you'll disappear.
That's a 3-year-old. So this would be where I'm grabbing at is the 35 inches. So for me personally, I'll be transparent. I do have one risk factor, and that's the hypertension, but it's controlled, and it's controlled because I'm taking my medicine, I'm exercising, working with my physician. My physician knows that I'm taking CBD, so I take the CBD to assist with my sleep and less stress, and less stress improves the blood pressure. So I think I may have one more slide.
Let's see here.
Oh, I know, it may have disappeared. So as far as exercise, you want to be able to have a goal of, I don't think it's on there. So that's me. But some years ago, around the time of meeting Dr. Rita, but as far as exercise, you want to have a goal. The Academy of Sports Medicine recommends at least 150 minutes of a moderate intensity exercise. So whatever it could be dancing, exercise is free. So at least 150 minutes a week, and you can split that up 30 minutes 5 times a day, or hour 5 times a week, or an hour 3 times a week. But you also want to add some sort of strength in there to about 2 days. So this was me in 2014, I believe.
Yeah, that's when we met.
Right. Right. And so you can see that my waist circumference was, I've always had a small waist, but it needed to come down. And so as you see, I'm a little apple right there. And there's another picture that it didn't come out, but it shows that after I think it was a 15-week challenge, you know, I had a little six pack. So so as I said, I don't have the metabolic syndrome, but like I said, I'm sure at that time my waist was close, so that would have given me 2 factors. But with the change in how I was eating and exercise, I was able to decrease my risk of the metabolic syndrome. So I no longer have the potential of 2 risk factors, just the blood pressure at this point in time, but that is something that, you know, working on the goal too as well. So understand, first you want to, you know, be aware of what's going on. Then, like I said, visit your provider and get those 5 factors, as I said, your blood pressure, looking at your fasting sugar, looking at the 2 components of the cholesterol lipid panel. And of course, like I said, on your own, you can do the tape measure. And so it is possible to change and alter your risk factor of metabolic syndrome. And I believe, Dr. Rita, you're going to
well, I'm just being nosy. I just want to know what your waist circumference is now.
So so I did take a picture for the bitters challenge. So I think, let me just do it again.
Yeah, I'm being nosy.
32, I think.
You've got such a tiny waist there.
Where is it? I think it's 32 or 31. Oh, that's the dog wants to get
There's the dog. That's okay. Right. That's what I love about this business. You can have dogs and cats and children and all sorts of things and still do it well.
And you don't want to suck your stomach in, people.
No, why not? I want to suck
no. So yeah, I'm 32.
32.
So no sucking the stomach in.
Yeah. So I just want to reiterate that you made your transformation with diet and exercise. And yes, of course, being a physician, you know how important it is to continue to take your medicine. So we want to really stress that if you're on the line, you know, all of these things are done in conjunction with continuing to take your medications. So thank you so much. That was outstanding as usual, and so important that we understand metabolic syndrome, because all of us on the line may have one of those risk factors that easily can be changed and turned around with our diet, you know, with our lifestyle of getting active, like Dr. Crawford said. So thank you so much. We're going to transition into our talk now with detox and our products. I do want to invite all of you, if you haven't joined our Bitters Challenge, this is a $10,000 giveaway. We have all sorts of different categories where you can win free prizes, you can win cash, you can join as a group. You want to enter this bitter challenge because, like Dr. Crawford said, you know, get an accountability partner. This will be a fun time. It's getting warm outside in the Midwest where you can start moving around and really make a difference in that waist circumference. If your waist circumference is greater than 35 and you're a woman, and if your waist circumference is greater than 40 and you're a man, that is a huge, huge risk factor for heart disease, diabetes, cancer, stroke. So you want to reduce that sooner than later. So what is detoxification? You know, detoxification is, by definition, a metabolic process by which toxins are changed into less toxic or more readily excreted substances. And we're going to see the science behind how that works. You know, we can't get away from toxins, quite honestly. You know, the air we're breathing, sometimes the water we're drinking, even the negative people and the stress that we're under are toxic to our bodies. So there is absolutely scientific evidence that states that you should at least quarterly detox your body, rid your body of toxins, and even rid people who are toxic around you away. Again, there's different type of toxins, right? You can meet toxins in the plastic bottles that you may be drinking your water out of. Different fish have a high level of mercury. Hopefully, if you are on the line, if you are still smoking cigarettes, that's okay, because we have a CBD joint for you to help you get off of that nicotine. Just the exhaust and pollution. How about taking your clothes to the cleaners? It's getting warm outside, and you know what that means, right? It means mosquitoes, which means you're probably spraying all that toxic off all over your skin. So there's so many ways that toxins can get in our body through the environmental factors. And some of the symptoms that indicate that you may need to detox: anxiety, dizziness, brain fog, insomnia, bloating, constipation, food sensitivities, pains that are from you don't even know. They're just migrating pains and you have no idea how they originated. If you have autoimmune conditions like lupus or fibromyalgia or multiple sclerosis or rheumatoid arthritis, you're seeing frequent flares. These are some signs that you need to detox. So the question is, what qualifies an effective detox? You know, there's so many ways that you can detox, you know, and there's so many myths, and there's some people who say it doesn't work and some people that say it does work. So we're going to talk about the science for like 2 seconds, right? So when we detox, toxins are formed in the liver. So the detox is a process, it's a two-phase process that goes through the liver that makes those fat-soluble toxins more water-soluble so that they can be eliminated in your poop or through your urine or through your skin. But what's really, really important to understand is the bottom part of that slide when it says nutrients needed. In order to have a detox that is effective, you have to make sure that you're eating the right foods so this detox can be effective, right? You can't detox and on the side be at Hero's Chicken or at McDonald's or eating, you know, fried and processed foods. You have to make sure that you are allowing the liver to do what it does when you're detoxing with the proper nutrients, the proper food as you're going through these phases so that those toxins can be eliminated. Again, there's different herbs, there's different spices, there's all sorts of ways that you can add different things to your regimen that can help detox your system. But what I love about our program, about our Bitters program, is that we have thought about everything for you. We have the right foods, the right carbs, the right fats, so that your detox is going to be successful. So as you're doing this 4-day bitter detox, it is a successful detox so that then you can move on to really incorporating a healthy, active lifestyle, a lifestyle, not a diet, because this is not a diet. This is an opportunity for you to reduce your risk of hypertension, diabetes, obesity. What Dr. Crawford said in the very first slide is something you have to remember, and that's the word inflammation. You get inflammation out of your body, you will see a change in your health. Not only with detoxing with our bitters, but using our CBD, because one of the main functions that we'll talk about that this plant offers is that it's an anti-inflammatory. So wherever you look, wherever you turn, you want to reduce the inflammation in your body, because reducing inflammation in your body reduces the risk of metabolic syndrome, reduces the risk of hypertension, diabetes, obesity, arthritis, insomnia, depression, anxiety, Inflammation is bad, bad news. So we have amazing products here at Wakana. They are absolutely outstanding products. All of our products are organic. All of our products are really centered toward improving the quality of your health in a holistic, natural way. Not a way with a lot of preservatives and additives and fillers, but in an organic way. So we're going to talk about our bitters because quite honestly, I really didn't know a lot about bitters several months ago. You know, I knew about the bitters at the cocktail lounge, right? So bitters are just not for cocktails. They're really aromatics and they're botanicals. They're herbs, they're roots, they're bark, they're trees, they're seeds or flower. They're found, yes, in bars, and they're also found in medicine cabinets. This compound has been used since the 1700s for common ailments such as digestion irregularities, inflammation, anxiety, constipation. So bitters has been used for centuries. Now, our bitter product is in a tea form. It's a 4-day detoxification program. It contains Cascada sagrada bark, cilantro, senna leaf, feverfew herb, dandelion root, and wormweed. This product helps to curb your cravings, especially the craving for sugar. You know, I put sugar and dairy right up there. They are two substances that absolutely should not be a part of your diet. They are really, really harmful chemicals that when you become addicted to sugar and when you become addicted to dairy and refined carbs, it's no different than those who are addicted to heroin or cocaine or any other substance. It's the same sort of fight to get sugar and dairy out of your life. So this bitter helps to curb those cravings, help to reduce those desire to have those processed foods. Now, when you use this 4-day detox with our recommended food list and grocery list with regular diet, light protein diet, this truly is a game changer for you, especially all of you out there, because this is not a diet. We're not talking about losing weight. We're talking about saving your life with ridding toxins out of your diet and helping you to give up sugar and those refined carbs forever and ever and ever. We also have an immune defense team. Why? Because we know, yes, detoxing is very important, but also having a strong immune system. Having a strong immune system helps, especially during this global pandemic, to reduce viral loads, bacterial loads, and help your immune system to fight off any free radicals that can damage your body. So this is a tea. Same thing. It's a 4-day regimen. It's full of great organic herbs like echinacea, golden seal root, Siberian ginseng, yellow dock root, and lemongrass. These are all great herbs that work on that gland called the adrenal gland. That's that stress gland. That's when we are stressed out from toxic people, or we're stressed out from lack of sleep, or we're stressed out because of poor diet. Our immune system is stressed for some reason. This adrenal gland needs help. So all of these herbs help to reduce the stress on our adrenal gland. And then the third product is our Flat Belly Brew. That's our gourmet coffee that does contain CBD. 30 servings, 5 milligrams of CBD per serving. I absolutely love this coffee. Guess what? If you don't like drinking coffee, you can put this in your smoothie and you won't even know it's there, but you're still getting the benefits of coffee, because honestly, not everyone drinks coffee. So that is a little tidbit for you. So the ingredients of our coffee contain all organic products: green coffee bean, Garcinia cambogia, white kidney bean, and green tea extract. We all know Garcinia cambogia, it helps to suppress your appetite. It helps to block fat production. It reduces belly fat. It helps to reduce cholesterol, the bad cholesterol. But guess what? Something that Dr. Crawford said. She talked about the good cholesterol. In metabolic syndrome, the good cholesterol is very low. Well, we want to increase that good cholesterol. Garcinia cambogia does that. It also helps to reduce the triglycerides. She talked about the triglycerides. Are you guys getting it? That these products have addressed everything that Dr. Crawford talked about in metabolic syndrome. It also contains green coffee beans. Green coffee beans is an extract that does contain caffeine. So if you're out there and you're sensitive to caffeine, you can use half of a serving instead of a whole serving. See how that does for you. Green coffee bean is a stimulant that's linked to weight loss. It also helps to build the antioxidant levels, and it helps to absorb fat and glucose in the gut, lowering insulin levels to improve what? Your metabolic function, to reduce what? Metabolic syndrome. You're getting it. I can see it. White kidney bean is a supplement that contains extracts made from white kidney beans. It also promotes weight loss. It's a starch blocker. It inhibits the starch digesting enzymes. So this is a great ingredient that helps to control your sugar cravings. And then there's green tea extract. Green tea extract is also an ingredient that helps with weight loss. It is also shown to increase your metabolism by helping you to burn calories more effectively. So this particular coffee, this product does have and contains CBD. It contains CBD that's sourced from the hemp plant. That's the part of the plant that gives you the health without the high. It's not sourced from marijuana, so you're not going to get high on this coffee. But what you are going to get is that you're going to get energy. You're going to feel better because you're going to be taking a product that's going to be addressing your metabolism. It's going to help you curb those sugar and carb, those bad carb cravings. Overall, it's going to make you feel very, very good. Now, the product is a broad spectrum CBD, meaning that the coffee can be taken. The coffee can be taken if you have random drug screens at your job, because it does contain less than 0.0000000% of THC. So it is a product that you can take if you have random drug screens at your job. And again, CBD has a long list of medicinal benefits, but I just want to say a couple of them as it pertains to what we're talking about today, and that CBD reduces inflammation. It is an anti-inflammatory. We talked about inflammation is the culprit in metabolic syndrome, is the culprit in chronic illnesses like hypertension, diabetes, obesity, arthritis, insomnia, autoimmune conditions. All of these chronic illnesses, the bottom line is get that inflammation out. You can get it out with CBD. CBD also is an anti-diabetic. It helps to improve blood sugar. How? By reducing inflammation. Same thing. It also is a vasorelaxant. So it's going to help dilate those vessels in those who may have high blood pressure. So CBD is a great addition to our flat belly coffee. Again, CBD, when it's sourced from the hemp plant, is non-psychoactive. It doesn't give you a high. It doesn't give you a euphoria. It doesn't give you the munchies like marijuana would. And the way it works is science. Again, It's through the human endocannabinoid system. This system is made up of receptors throughout our entire body that is looking for CBD and other compounds that the plant makes to bind with it to put our body in balance, to bind with it to reduce inflammation, to bind to it to reduce blood sugar. So this science is something that many people don't understand or have even heard, but this is how the product works in the body through the endocannabinoid system. There's other products that you should incorporate when you join our Bitters Challenge, or if you're not interested in joining the Bitters Challenge, I'm not sure why you wouldn't, because there's a $10,000 award money that's involved in this. But anyway, the tinctures are oils that you place underneath your tongue. And again, because CBD is an anti-inflammatory, you want to add these products onto your regimen with the bitters, with the coffee, and with the immune defense tea. These tinctures are taken twice a day under the tongue. We have a tincture for those who have random drug screens, as well as those who don't have random drug screens. We have a water-soluble product that you can put in your water, your smoothie, or your juice. Again, if you're not a coffee drinker, you can put that coffee right in your smoothie and keep it moving. Our edibles are our gummies, as well as the products we just discussed, which is our tea, our bitters. Our gummies are used during the day. They can be used during the night. They can be used to get you in the mood. But these, again, are not coated, but infused. And that's really, really important, because when you have a gummy that's infused, it's much more effective and potent when you are talking about it getting on a cellular level to make a change in your body. Again, these gummies should be taken about 30 to 45 minutes before you see a result, because they have to go through the liver, through the stomach, before they can get through the bloodstream. Or is it the stomach through the liver to the bloodstream? One of those ways. So it takes a little while. So you want to make sure you take the gummy if you're using it to get a better night's sleep, at least 35 to 45 minutes before you retire at night. And then our topicals are something that you want to look at, because if there's inflammation in your body, if you have a large abdominal circumference, you probably have pain in your body or your joints somewhere. So we have topical products that address local relief to those achy joints, muscles, etc. We have lotions, we have body cream, we have a serum. Oh my God, I've been using the serum on my skin because I want to age gracefully without wrinkles. So all of these products contain CBD. When they are topical, that means they do not pass the blood-brain barrier. So they are safe to take if you have random drug screens. And then our smokables. Now this is really important. Anyone on the line that is still smoking cigarettes, that is a toxin. What do they say? It's like 4,000 toxic chemicals found in cigarettes. It's something crazy like that. We want to get you off of those, what I used to call cancer sticks, right? We want to transition you into either our vape cartridge or our pre-rolls or our flower. Why? Because CBD has been shown to help to, again, reduce cravings for anything that you may be addicted to. It could be food, it could be heroin, it could be nicotine. All of those addictive behaviors, CBD comes and blocks the reward center in the brain. It's science, it's not magical, it's not a snake oil. This is real science behind how CBD works. So we want to get you on one of these smokable products. That's really going to help you to stop smoking, reduce the toxic load in your liver. We have products in the kitchen, culinary products. We have spices. We have a vegan butter. We have a culinary plus you can bake and cook with. We've thought about everything here at Wakana. We have products where you can really get CBD into your system and really have a change in your health. Our hair care is another product that contains CBD. Again, if you have random drug screens, it doesn't pass the blood-brain barrier, so you can absolutely use our hair care line. For those who have hair thinning, hair loss, due to inflammation, there's that word again, inflammation, kills even our hair follicles. This is a great system for those who want to maintain a healthy head of hair, and those who may have some challenges. We have a product for men. Men who have challenges with their beard can also use these topical products. Now, essential oils. Why are essential oils here? Well, essential oils are here because they do absolutely help with reduction of inflammation. They help to monitor or modulate and regulate your blood sugar levels. That's our black seed oil. I like using peppermint, eucalyptus, because again, the time is coming with mosquitoes and little animals and all those things we don't like around our home or our backyard. Instead of spraying that toxic off, it's toxic. You can spray peppermint. You can use these essential oils to get those pesky mosquitoes and etc. out of your life. We also have Essential Defense and First Defense. These are products, again, to help improve and to enhance our immune system as we are still going through this global pandemic. So yes, we've thought about everything from essential oils to topical products to tinctures to edibles to bitters to flat belly coffee. You know, there's no excuse why you cannot pick one or many of these products to improve and enhance your health. So this is the reason why we need to detox. You need to detox at least quarterly. You need to detox with having the right foods on board, because in order to have a successful detox, you have to have the right nutrients and the right foods to help to rid the toxins out of the liver. So we want you to join our Bitters Challenge. These are the products you'll need for that Bitters Challenge. The bitters, of course, the immune defense tea, the flat belly brew. These are additional products that you're going to need once you finish that 4-day bitter challenge and beyond. We also want you to use our tinctures and gummies and other products. Again, addressing your health in a holistic way. Yes, you can reverse metabolic syndrome. Yes, you can change the trajectory of your health with your diet, with lifestyle modifications, etc. So this is the way you register in our Bitters Challenge. Go to www.bitterschallenge.com. Whoever invited you on this call can help you get your products ordered. They can help you get registered so you can win that big money. So I'm going to stop sharing right now. I do have a couple of business partners on the line that would like to give a testimony, because I'm sure you're wondering, Dr. Rita, how am I going to feel doing this bitter challenge? You know, whenever you detox, it's a little uncomfortable, right? It's uncomfortable. It's just like someone detoxing from heroin, cocaine. It's an uncomfortable feeling, but it is something that is absolutely necessary and something that you want to get involved with. So you can unmute your line and give us your testimony. I think, Lala, you're going to go first for me. And then we'll take some questions. You can unmute yourself.
Okay, there we go. Hi. Can you hear
How
me?
are you doing? Thank you for giving a testimony. Are you going to give a little brief testimony on the bitters?
Yeah, yep. So we did, my team, Royalty 10, we did our Bitters Challenge at the very beginning of April. And it was really an experience. So I am one who has chronic constipation issues. That has been a lifelong journey for me. I don't have that normal bowel that many people have. So I was really excited to be able to do the challenge. And when I tell you it cleaned me out, it cleaned me out. So I was really happy about that because, you know, we get backed up, and I'm not one who goes every day. So I was really happy. It was truly the nastiest thing I ever tasted in my life. But some of our team members, they put the peppermint. I just kind of stuck it out and chugged it on down. But it was nasty, very bitter, very
Yeah,
bitter.
it's very bitter.
So, but we actually got used to it. But it was just really fun, especially doing it with other people. So it was so many of us doing it at one time. We were doing it on lives. So I encourage everybody who takes part in the challenge to go on live and show everybody you're doing your bitter challenge, to get your colon cleansed out. And I truly felt like I birthed a baby. It took about the first night. I just had a little, showing, but it was the next day that all hell broke loose. I went into labor, and
Push. The baby came right out.
so, but I felt so much relief, and I felt just empty. I could feel it. I could feel the waist gone. It took a couple of pounds off, but I was excited. So I'll be doing that once a quarter, and probably for me with my system more often than that. It would be good if I could do that as a regimen once a month, or at least minimal once every other month, to make sure, just to be consistent with it. But I'm excited about being able to have a product like this, because I boiled my tea bag, and I was one who left it all in the container, the bag and everything, sat it in the refrigerator, and just got it out and just drank it. So I drank mine cold. It wasn't hot. And just 4 days straight. And the one thing I would say for anybody who gets the bag, because we did have a teammate who, when she opened up the bag, she thought that she had to open the tea bag.
Oh,
But
no, you don't
don't.
open this bag. You put this bag in 32 ounces of water.
Right.
Boiled.
Right. So she had a
So
little
she opened
challenge.
this bag.
Yes.
Don't
She
open the bag, guys.
Right. She opened that bag. So, but I just left mine after I boiled it the first day. I just left it in the cup the whole 4 days. So it was pretty strong, and because I know my system,
right.
And I wanted to have that power behind it. So I'm glad I did it. Probably need to do it again, just here shortly in a few days, because it's going into another month. But yep. So that's my testimony. I'm glad I did it, and I definitely felt a difference immediately.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for that testimony. Real easy, guys. You boil 32 ounces of water. You put your tea back in. You let it just sit and sit and sit. I'm like Lala. I kept my bag in my water. I drank 8 ounces every day for 4 days. Or you can do 4 ounces twice a day for 4 days. However you want to work it, you can work it either 8 or 4 ounces, but keep it in the bag, guys. Real simple, real easy. Some people add peppermint, like Lala said. I drank mine straight down, and it's bitter, but you just feel clear. My mind, my thoughts were clear. I was sleeping better. My skin started glowing, you can notice when those toxins start to come out, you see a difference in your skin. You see a difference in your mood. You see a difference in your sleep. So thank you so much, Lala. Is there someone else that wants to give a testimony?
Shalom, I can.
There you go, Vinay.
Yes, hi everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Yes, so I am a part of Royalty 10, and yes, I did the challenge with these wonderful women. We had a great time doing it. And what I gained from it, I guess you could say, I'm already a small frame lady, so I'm like 5'5". I weigh 123 pounds, so I'm not like big, but you know, everyone has their reasons, and I had to stress to everyone. So even though we were doing it all together, a lot of people was like, well, you don't really need to do the bitter challenge, you know. But
It's not a diet. You got to tell them it's not a diet.
And that's
Guys,
exactly
it's not a diet.
right. And that's exactly what I had to get them to understand. I still have toxins in my body, and that's what this is, to relieve you of the toxins. So along with that, so of course you get the elimination through, you know, waste and what have you. But what my biggest takeaway from the Bitters Challenge was my decrease of wanting sugar, or of actually eating things that would have sugar. I found the desire of wanting that to be like, nah, I don't need that. And I did do mine straight, no chaser, you know, and it was bitter. It was bitter, but I'm a vegan, and I was pretty much raised holistic. So I'm used to tasting things and eating things that may not taste the best, but I always knew that it was good for me. And so just coming along with this challenge and us taking this together, I really enjoyed the journey. And you know, it was just a great experience for me. And I noticed another thing was when I started the very first day, you know, you have to kind of be in tune with your body. And so as we took it, I could kind of like, it was like I scanned my body to see how I was feeling. But you know, I just really felt great. The energy that I had, I don't know if it was just because all of us did it together. I was all hyped, like, yes, let's go. But
accountability partner.
It was so much fun. And just to hear the results from our customers and just different people of losing 4 pounds and 8 pounds within 4 days, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm just really excited about that. And I just hope everyone take this serious, take your health serious, and just get on that challenge to making yourself have a better, healthier lifestyle. Yeah.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, Vinay.
No, thank you.
That is really important. This is not a diet. This is an opportunity to detox the liver and colon. This is an opportunity to remove chemicals in your body that can be a nidus for cancer, that can stimulate free radicals to turn those oncogenes, those cancer genes on. So absolutely, you want to do the Bitters Challenge. You want to get these products. We're going to take a couple of questions, and then we're going to get out of here. Will new Crown Jewel dispensary owners receive the product clusters after completing Wakana University using your presentation? So Rose, if you are able to, I want you to connect with your sponsor, because we want to make sure that one, yes, you get your Wakana University information and links, because Wakana University is coming up this weekend. And two, we want you to understand which products are in your full Crown Jewel dispensary. We want to make sure all your questions are answered. So Rose, I want you to get with your sponsor. Let's see, is it okay to have the bag of 8 ounce of, is okay to, I guess you're saying, is it okay to sip on this bitter during your workouts? During workouts before having first meal of the day? Yes, you can sip on your bitters during workouts. You can do it whenever you want. I got it out of the way. It was the first thing I did in the morning. So you can sip on it. You can, I'm not sure if you want to sip on it, but if you want to sip on it, be my guest. It's going to be one of the hardest things you've ever sipped in your life. It's something that you want to drink pretty quickly. Dr. Rita, did you say that people that don't drink coffee put it in their smoothie? Yes. I did this the other day, but I'm a coffee drinker. But I put 1 scoop in my smoothie and it was so good. So if you're not a coffee drinker, you can be really, really creative in adding this coffee, yes, to your smoothie. There's some questions in the Q&A. So are you recommending use the bitter along with the immune defense tea? I would do the bitter 4-day challenge first. I wouldn't do it at the same time. That's a lot going on in your system. So do the 4-day bitter first, and then the very next week you can do your immune defense tea. The immune defense tea is really quite critical to have in your home during this global pandemic. You want to make sure that you have the strongest immune system that you possibly can have. How do you do that? Well, you first detox, then you second make sure that you are eating foods that give you life, eating foods that have a reduction in inflammation, because the coronavirus is inflammation on steroids. This is what happens when you get coronavirus. Your immune system goes in overdrive. It's like your body thinks it's a foreign attack. And so you want to make sure inflammation's at the minimum. So 4-day bitter challenge first, then you can do the immune defense tea whenever you want after that. I wouldn't recommend doing it together because that is a whole lot. I drank my last cup on Sunday and I experienced a blessed clearing out. How soon should I start the next 4 cups? So I don't recommend doing the bitter challenge back to back to back. Like Lala says, she knows her system. She's somebody that can do it maybe every other month, but detoxing, you know, every quarter is just fine. Because what we want to do is we want to get to a point where each and every time we're detoxing, we're eliminating foods that are toxic to our system. So it's a slow transition in our lifestyle. It's a slow transition to, well, I'm not going to eat that processed boxed food. I'm going to eat some live food. I'm going to eat some fresh vegetables. So it's a process that you're going to go through, but absolutely quarterly is enough. Is there a time limit that the bitter should be used? The bitter should be used 4 days, 8 ounces, or 4 ounces twice a day for 4 days. I would repeat it for the average person in 3 months. From the bitters challenge, you're going to move on to either your immune defense tea and or your coffee, because your coffee is something that you can incorporate if you're a coffee drinker. Instead of drinking the coffee you're drinking, you can drink this coffee. You can add it to your smoothies. If you're sensitive to caffeine, you can take a half or a quarter of the serving, depending what your sensitivity is. Again, we have so many products to help reduce inflammation. We have our tinctures, we have our gummies, we have a lot of CBD alternatives that you can get into your system to reduce inflammation, which is a culprit of the metabolic syndrome.
Dr. Rita,
Do I just measure 4 cups of water and boil the tea bag in it? No, you're gonna take 32 ounces of water and you can put your tea bag in 42 ounces of water and boil it, or you can boil 42 ounces of water, 32 ounces of water, 32 ounces of water, and put the tea bag in it and just let it sit overnight. 32 ounces divided by 4 is 8. So that's 8 ounces every day for 4 days, or you can do 4 ounces twice a day. The directions are on the bag. The directions are on the website. So that if you forget everything I say, it's on the website.
and I do have a fun fact, Dr. Rita.
Yes.
So
we love fun facts.
our large and small colon is about 30 feet. And so that's all crammed up into our cavity, our abdominal cavity. So just imagine how long from mouth to anus it takes to get whatever you ate out. And so on average, that's going to take about 3 days.
Oh,
And
gosh.
And just remember when you're doing the detox, because you're kind of eliminating a little bit more often, drink plenty of water.
Plenty of water. Dr. Betty, I know you want to say something. I know she wants to say something.
You know it. Well, this has been really, really great. Thank you all so much, and thanks for allowing me time to drop a few nuggets. So
We love nuggets.
our essential oils help to raise our frequency. Also, everything is about energy. We emit energy from our by way of our thoughts, our actions. We take in energy through the foods that we eat and our echo system, et cetera, et cetera. So when our frequency is low, that is the time that
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Okay, a little clearer. Can you get closer?
You got muffled. Something.
Got muffled.
Yeah.
How's this? Is that better?
It's better, but you may have hit something that you just went muffled.
Oh boy. Everything is.
She's talking about our essential oils and the frequency.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It's better, but it's muffled.
Oh, that is a shame. Let me go outside.
Oh, that's better. Right there.
Oh, right here?
Yeah,
Can
right
you hear me now? Okay, so yeah, so when our frequency is low, then we are more susceptible to illness and disease. So the essential oils have a high vibrational frequency, and so when we ingest them or even just smelling them raises our own frequency. Another thing is, please remember, once the bitters, the effects of the bitters wear off with the increase in elimination, it's vital that you keep your eliminatory channels open. And so Dr. Tyus just mentioned making sure that you increase your water intake, your fluid intake, increase your fibers. Our diets, I'm sorry, not our diets, but our shopping list will be full of substances that will increase fiber. So please take advantage of that. Another thing you can do to make sure that your eliminatory organs or channels are moving properly is to gently but firmly massage your abdomen in your stomach in a clockwise manner. Also, deep breathing from the abdomen will help to stimulate the peristalsis, which is the wave-like movement that moves the waste along out of your colon. Well, a couple of other things. Okay, so peppermint is awesome in terms of increasing our energy. Sometimes when we detox, because all of the toxins are being eliminated, which is being eliminated, the peppermint helps to decrease that sluggishness, raise your frequency, your vibration, give you a bit of energy. And then lemon is also a great antioxidant. So it brightens your mood, because sometimes losing all of those toxins in a rapid manner will cause a little bit of depression, not so much depression, just kind of feeling down and that kind of thing. So lemon, couple of drops in your water, hot water or not hot or warm water. Also, you can put it on your feet, the bottom of your feet, because all of the nerves in our body end up in our hands and our feet. So you can put a drop or two on your feet. If you're very sensitive, you want to use a drop or two of carrier oil along with that. But excellent. It supports the liver, which is the organ of detoxification. And then last but not least, for those who have knee problems or back problems and have a difficult time doing full out exercise, rebounding is an awesome and effective means of exercise. It's gentle on the knees, on all of the joints, and it stimulates the lymphatic system, which is part of our body's waste removal system, or our sewage system, bottom line. So anyway, hope those things help, and thank you very much.
They helped a lot. Such great nuggets from our entire Wakana Medical Advisory Board. I want to thank my other business partners from Royalty 10 that really gave you more of a understanding of what to expect when you do your 4-day bitter challenge. So we want you to make sure that you register. Let me put it up on the slide again. Register at www.bitterschallenge.com. The person who invited you, they're going to give you their website so you can order your products, so you can start your detox, and you can start a new life toxin free. So with that being said, thank you a lot, everyone. We're excited about this challenge. We're in it to win it. Win what? Win our health back and longevity with natural, organic ways of addressing challenges that we may have. So good night, be well, and be safe.